Hi, I'm Marius from Imways Photography, and today we'll be looking at the brand new Photomate 10. I'll be using the Nexus 7 running Android 4.2. We are now going to look at the browsing and the editing features of Photomate. So when you open the application, you're going to get this very nice Explorer-like feel. So you can quickly find your specific folder of images. I'm going to open the Audi R8 folder. And then you'll see all the pictures in the folder. If I want to browse through them, I can go to Quick Browse, browse right at the top. And it's going to give me a much larger view of the image, and I can quickly go through all the images. As you can see, very smooth, no delays. And then I can also at the bottom, it's got a slider right here, and I can instantly go to say that picture, or I can instantly go to that picture. And if I want to take the slider away, I just tap on the screen once, it's going to take the slider away. Tap on it again, it brings it back. And then I can also double tap on the image, and that zooms closer. You can check the detail of your picture, and as you can see, very smooth. Double tap takes it back. And at the top here, you've got a star rating system, and you've also got the red and yellow, etc. flags you can use. So at the top here, you'll see 3 little stars. If I don't want to see this, I just tap on the stars, it takes it away. If I want it back, just tap again. There's also a full screen view, and then you'll see it's got 2 little blocks right there. That's to compare. So I'm just going to tap on that, and I can see 2 of the same images. Now if I go back on this one, I've got another option there, and I've got another option there. So now I can look at both images, compare them, decide what I want to rate them, and then later on I can find the better ones much easier. So it's very nice to compare, and the program is running so smoothly. I can actually run through both of these, and it's keeping up, and everything is very smooth. Right, so let's go out of this view, back to the main folder. Now we're going to look at the slideshow feature. So I can go to say this folder, and I just press the slideshow thing there. Now they've put a lot of new transitions in here, so every time you'll see it's playing a different transition. And you can also go to the options screen and choose the duration of how long you want each picture to be displayed. So I'm just going to go back. Then you'll see 2 more icons next to the slideshow. That's to access the images that's on the device, and then also one that you can connect a USB cable to your device, and you can plug in a flash drive or a hard drive, and you can access the images on the device. Then you've got an extra options dialog there, so I'm just going to choose that one. Here you've got a ton of options. You've got network support, so you can access pictures from your network or your NAS storage device. And you've also got camera import, so you can plug your camera with a USB cable to the tablet, and then you can download the images from there. Then you've also got a show on map feature. If I choose that, you can see it's taking me directly to where the images were taken, and I can also access the specific images if I want to from there. Right, I'm going to go back. Then there's also convert all images. Now on this menu, you can resize your images. You can choose which images you want to access, the RAW files or the JPEGs, and you can say only convert those. And you can also use XMP settings, and you can tell the device the quality that you want to save the final files at. And you just say start now, and this thing will run and convert all the images for you, run XMP settings on them. And it's great, so now you can save a ton of time by just letting the tablet do everything for you. Right, let's go back, go to the options, once again. And then the next one is set as start folder. I find that very important, because when I open a program, I don't want it to start in my root where all my other files are. I want it to open up right to the pictures folder. So you just go to your folder and you just set it as your start folder. Also very nice, if I maybe go to say this folder right here. Now imagine I had 2 or 3 other folders that I can go into before I maybe get to specific images. If I want to go back to the starting folder, you just tap on the little Photomate icon right there. When I tap on it, you can see it's going to take me back to the start folder. That's a very handy little shortcut that's built in there. Now say I'm going to go to this folder right here, and I go back to the options. There's also multi-select, so I can choose the multi-select option, and it says there multi-selection is now activated. So now I can do maybe this, quickly select a few images. Then I've got an option right there that can share all the images. I can upload them or use them for social media. Or I can choose those 3 little stars, just tap on that. Now I've got options to rate all these selected images, to red or yellow flag them as well. I can also go here to XMP keywords. I can type some keywords in there, and that will also now be saved into all the files. And then when you're done with the settings, you just say apply. It's going to quickly apply all the settings to those pictures. I'm just going to go out of that. Then you've also got an option here to select all the pictures. So I'm just going to press that icon, the little dotted square with the 4 solid blocks in them. That selects everything. Then I can choose the last option right there. And now I can cut, copy and delete specific images. So I can maybe just select 5 of the images and cut them or copy or delete them. You don't have to do each of the images one after each other. Right, so that works very nice. I'm just going to go out of this folder, go back to the options once again. Then you're going to see here add folder, so you can add an extra folder to your directory structure. And then you can go to preferences. Now this is a very important selection, because now here you can, for instance, set how many pictures or folders you want to display in each row. You can do this, the settings for the transitions, like I said with the slideshow. Everything is in these menus. So this is very handy to set up, to custom set up your program to display the way you want it. Right, so now we've looked at the browsing and the labels and the stars. We know how that works. So let's move to the editing side. I'm going to go to the raw folder. Now the nice thing is this program supports raw, so you can access your raw files as well. So I'm going to choose, say, that image. When I tap on it, it's going to open a slightly larger view here. I can still see all the other images, but at the top here I've got a very nice histogram. It's showing me the RGB channels and all that. I've also still got the rating stars there, and it's showing me right there the resolution, the time, the date and time the image was taken, and also which camera was used. Now if I want this a slightly larger view, I just tap on it again. Now it's going to open up with some very nice options there at the top. But before I go to that, you'll notice here it's showing me the megapixels, the ISO, the exposure values, everything is right there. And I've still got my rating system, my red and yellow flags. But very nice of the histogram is I can tap on it once, it's going to open to a larger view, tap on it again, goes smaller. If you tap and hold it in, you're going to get options to disable the histogram, or to have maybe individual histograms like that. Or just hold it in again, I go back to this option, I can turn it to average levels. So you can choose exactly the histogram you want. You can also zoom closer to the image, and as you can see, very smooth, no lag. Just going to go back. I can also go to full screen by just tapping that icon right there. And now I can also zoom into the picture very smoothly, very good detail. I'm going to go back. And now before I go to the editing, I've also got here a way to upload the photo by email, social media. Just choose that icon right there. And I've also got a dustbin, so I can delete the image. And I've also got some extra options here to the side. So I can choose the histogram like we did previously. I can choose some XMP keywords. I can also turn exposure marker on, which will tell me which sections is overexposed by flickering in red, or flickering in blue will tell me the underexposed areas. We've also got EXIF data here, so it's showing me the information of the file. I can also go to the raw information. It's showing me all that as well. And then, oops, I tapped too fast there. I've also got here the option to resize or convert the image. This is very nice. So I can choose exactly the size that I want it to be, and then I can obviously go to the upload, and I can share it. If I go to that now, you'll see it's got the option here of Dropbox and Facebook and Gmail and all those stuff. So let's now go to the editing, and this is very cool. So I'm just going to tap that icon there at the top, the Edit XMP. Now, for instance, if I want to warm this image up a bit, I can just go to the white balance and just put it, say, right about there. You can either choose the plus minus selection, or you can just drag it on the slider itself. Now, as you can see, I've warmed the image up slightly. I can take my exposure down a little, and then I can add a little bit of full light, and then I can add a little bit of the blacks, and I'm going to put a little bit of clarity in here. So now when I want to look at the before and after, I can just hold down on the image. You can see it's going to go to the before, and it's going to go to the after. We've got before, and we've got after. So it renders it very quickly and showing it to you very fast. If you find your device is lagging a little, it's not as fast, you can go to the fast preview right there and you can enable that to make it work a little bit faster. Then you've also got here at the bottom, you've got now the option to save as an XMP side file. You can save it as a JPEG, you can reset to default, or you can save the settings that we've created here as a template. So then if you've got similar images, you can just load the next image and just run the template on it, and you've basically saved yourself the time of going through all the sliders again. Right, we've also got a crop image function. So if I go to that, you'll notice here at the side we've got left, top, right and bottom. So I can just drag the slider, I can crop maybe that section away. I'm now going to crop Table Mountain out here. I'm going to show you why I won't normally do that. And then I've got the option to crop here on the right. Now when I want to save this crop, I just go to save. But you'll notice that it's showing me with the highlighted square, but it's faded around the corner so I can see where my crop is. If you zoom into the image, you'll see that the crop will be as normal, but the moment you zoom out again, it's going to show you that crop once again. So that's how the crop feature works. Then there's also a distortion feature that is now in the program. So I'm just going to go to an image we can use for that. Right, so I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to go to the Edit XMP, and I'm going to go to the distortion function right here, and I'm going to use this distortion to the plus side, and I'm going to use the scale to the plus side. Now if I want to see the before, I can just hold it in on the tablet. You're going to see the before. When I let go, you're going to see the after. I'm going to do it again. Hold it in. There's the before. Let go. There's the after. So it works very nicely and it's very quick. No delays. Then to show you how the templates work, I'm going to go to another image. I'm just going to go to the raw folder again, and I'm going to use this image. This is actually the perfect image to show you the markers. I can go there, exposure marker, to show you the overexposed areas. So now I can see that's flickering red. So that was what I was talking about earlier. And I'm just going to turn it off again. So to show you how the templates work, say I want to make this a black and white image. You can either just desaturate it, or you just go to load template. But now the ones that you save will also appear here. So I'm just going to choose the grayscale. And now obviously it's gray. I want some more contrast in here. I always love contrast on my black and whites. So I'm just going to go to the blacks here. I'm going to add some of the blacks. You're going to notice it gets a lot darker. You can maybe add a little bit of full light. And then I'm going to go to the contrast slider. I'm going to add some more contrast. Maybe a little bit more full light. Right, so now when you look at the black and white, it looks a lot better. I can now, like I said, I can go down and I can save a template of this. And if I have a lot of similar pictures like this, I can apply that template and everything will already be set to it. Right, so that's the editing side of it. So now you know how to browse and also how to do your editing on this. So that's that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please also visit the Photomate website for live support, and I will see you in the next video.